North State Breakdown with Benjamin Noane. The Shasta County Board of Supervisors will meet on Tuesday, April 8th, 2025 for a night meeting at 5:30 p.m. This meeting will take place at the Shasta Lake City Council Chambers, located at 4488 Red Bluff Street in Shasta Lake City. The venue change is due to ongoing upgrades at the County Administration Center in Redding. Let's get to the agenda. R1. The meeting will begin with the recognition of Anna Rodriguez from the Registrar of Voters Office as Employee of the Month. Anna was acknowledged for her leadership, dedication, and integrity during a critical period in the 2024 election cycle, where she helped guide staff through challenges with professionalism and clarity. R2. Legislative updates and letters of support or opposition. The board will consider several letters concerning current state and federal legislation. First, support for AB 25, the California Voter ID and Election Integrity Act of 2025. This bill would require voters to present valid, government-issued ID and proof of citizenship to vote. The board's support cites the need for improved election integrity and voter roll accuracy. However, this legislation is controversial. Critics argue that voter ID laws can disproportionately affect low-income, elderly, minority, and rural voters who may face barriers to obtaining the required documentation. In California, where voting access is a priority, AB 25 is likely to face legal and public scrutiny for potentially limiting access to the ballot box. Next is opposition to AB 690, a bill aimed at changing how counties pay for indigent defense. The board argues that requiring hourly rates and eliminating flat fee contracts would burden rural counties like Shasta with unfunded mandates, reduce flexibility, and increased administrative costs. And last is a letter of support for H.R. 1383, the Secure Rural Schools Reauthorization Act of 2025, which provides critical federal funding for roads, education, and wildfire mitigation in counties with significant federal land. Shasta County received over $1.7 million from this program in 2024. R3. Meeting calendar change. The board will amend its 2025 meeting schedule to move the July 15th meeting to July 8th, avoiding a conflict with the National Association of Counties Conference. Several items on the consent calendar reflect ongoing operational issues, particularly with the Health and Human Services Agency, where retroactive agreements have seemingly become routine due to leadership lapses. C2 and C3. Both are retroactive public health agreements, one for tobacco tax revenue and another for HIV surveillance, suggested delayed processing despite their multi-year importance. C4. A retroactive renewal with Juravre for emergency resource coordination software, also delayed due to staff turnover in IHSS preparedness unit. Here are some other notable items. C5. A $450,000 agreement with Redding Spray Service for vegetation management. C6. A $500,780 budget adjustment for the Juvenile Rehabilitation Facility's yard expansion. C7. A $381,500 agreement for GPS tracking and telematics on county vehicles. C8. Approval of a $189,812 purchase for 3 new police vehicles. C10. A $208,561 amendment to acquire Taser 10 units, offset by general fund contingency revenues. The board will then move into closed session, where they will discuss items of public interest outside of public view. Topics include R4, labor negotiations with UPEC Local 792 Professional, the General Unit, and the Deputy Sheriff's Association. R5, a legal case, County of Shasta versus Hobbs et al. This lawsuit involves organizers of a voter initiative, currently under legal scrutiny for containing elements that likely cannot be legally implemented, including those promoted by failed candidate for District 2 Laura Hobbs. Despite previous threats of litigation, the county prematurely initiated this case, and it is expected to be dropped. This doesn't mean the group's initiatives still won't be challenged at a later date. Reportable actions from closed sessions, if any, will be announced upon reconvening. While not listed on the agenda, members of SCIU 2015, the union representing the in-home supportive services workers, are expected to be present. These care workers are rallying for fair wages and recognition of their essential role they play in supporting Shasta County's most vulnerable residents. The board recently denied the request for increased compensation, despite the high demand and critical nature of their work. This topic was discussed in detail in episode 32 of the North State Breakdown. It is an important reminder that these meetings influence policy, funding, and essential services across Shasta County. Whether you're concerned about elections, social services, or public safety, your participation matters. You can attend in person at the Shasta Lake City Council chambers, watch online, or contact your district supervisor to express your views. And please, use your voice during public comment. And that's the agenda preview.